Let's have a look. Alright guys, I'm always Mute the Weirdo, and this is WWE2k18 on Friday Night Pick and Mix. I decided to jump on WWE2k18 as unfortunately part 3 kind of failed. For some reason I don't think my settings for streaming on my PC are right again. I've recently updated my graphics card and stuff, and it's basically saying that I can't stream. I need to stream at a lower quality. It's really ridiculous, really, because I've got a decent graphics card and my internet's ridiculously good. So I think it's just basically having a moment. So I will do some testing in the near future and get it right for the next Friday pick and mix. Probably be in February now, mid-Feb maybe, unless I do one next Friday. But well, we'll see. See if there's any response to it. It's been nice to have a couple of people in chat. But yeah, so we got wrestling coming on, and we got just having a look at the rankings. Right. So we're back on Raw. We've got some matches to get through. As I said, the new format for my wrestling, if you've been watching the wrestling series, is simulating the weekly shows and then playing the pay-per-view. I'm not sure if people prefer it this way, if people would prefer me to just simulate a lot, but I don't see how simulating it all is really gonna make for an interesting show. But I am trying to basically build up storylines a little bit, talk about what's going on, but at the minute I'm getting a lot of random matches and they're pretty cool to see. So let's have a look at what we got for Raw tonight. Neville, who amazingly pulled off the biggest victory of his career last week. I have a sneaky feeling it was against somebody a lot bigger and a lot better than him. I think it might have been Stone Cold Steve Austin, actually. I'll come to think about it. So he's now got Bam Bam Bigelow in his sights. We've got Apollo Crews against Grand Metalik. We've got Razor Ramon against British Bulldog. British Bulldog went over to NXT to try and capture the UK title, was unsuccessful. Came back to Raw and lost. But now he's got a chance to redeem himself in a one-on-one match against the Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon. And there is a triple threat match between Masked or Face Painted. In the Ultimate Warrior's case, guys, triple threat: Yushin Thunder Liger, who lost to Roman Reigns recently, Phoenix, and I think it's Phoenix, or it might actually be somebody else. Let's have a look. Is it Kalisto or? It's Kalisto. Right. So it's Kalisto, Yushin Thunder Liger, and the Ultimate Warrior in a triple threat match. Also got Rich Swann taking on the Beast Brock Lesnar. Nia Jax and Sasha Banks still going at it, and Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe also still going at it. Let's see how this show goes down. Bam Bam Bigelow finally puts away Neville. Neville's run coming to an end. He was unable to pick up the win. It's Bam Bam Bigelow. Obviously, Austin's neck injury might have played a part in his lucky victory against the Stunner. Stone Cold. So we got Apollo Crews and Grand Metalik, and Apollo Crews coming out on top there. British Bulldog pinning the Intercontinental Champion. The news is that British Bulldog could become the #1 contender yet again with a stunning victory over the Intercontinental Champion. And the Ultimate Warrior comes out on top against Jushin Thunder Liger and Kalisto. To be expected, but you never know what can happen. Anything can happen in the WWE. Brock Lesnar obviously beating Rich Swann, but he really isn't fighting the right people, in my opinion. He should be fighting the top guys week in, week out. But Nia Jax picks up an amazing victory over Sasha Banks. Could she be heading for that women's title after all? And Braun Strowman gets a small measure of revenge against Samoa Joe. Could the double contendership be on the line once more? Yeah. British Bulldog is on the rise. He's back in the contendership rankings. Neville slipping out after that loss to Bam Bam Bigelow, who stays where he is, but he's right behind Neville now. Brock Lesnar still up there. Braun Strowman jumping above Edge. Ultimate Warrior champion. Miz and Finn Balor. Nia Jax's victory keeps her in the frame, but no movement there. As we move on to SmackDown Live. So, I think the power rankings is going to change until the end of the week. So, we got Eddie Guerrero, Baron Corbin. What a great opening match that is. The Usos against Natural Disasters. Becky Lynch against Natalya. The Big Boss Man is back, as we saw last week on SmackDown, but he's now in action against Mr. Perfect. And Jinder and Shinsuke Nakamura are in a battle, whilst Kevin Owens and AJ Styles get in the main event. So let's see, is there anything I want to change? Not really. There's only one women's match, that's how I like it. One tag match, that's how I like it. And the rest is cushy. So, how's it going to go down? Let's find out. Baron Corbin picking up another big win. That's 2 legends Baron Corbin has knocked off in recent weeks. His biggest one being The Undertaker just a month or so ago. The Usos beating the Natural Disasters. Natalya pinning Becky Lynch. Mr. Perfect pinning the Big Boss Man. Jinder Mahal getting the win over Shinsuke Nakamura. And AJ Styles pinning the United States Champion Kevin Owens. This is where it gets a little bit interesting, guys, because NXT is changing a lot. As I said, I've put new superstars on the NXT roster. I've downloaded some new guys. I did that. I haven't yet managed to tweak the stats of one superstar that is on my roster, and as a result, he is currently sitting on the bench waiting for his opportunity to debut. So stay hyped for that one. But at the minute, we have a stacked NXT roster. Ember Moon, Asuka, Cassius Ohno, and Lio Rush are all in the top 10. we have a new United States champion in Will Ospreay. Let's get started with NXT. We've got the Velveteen Dream against Elias. Got Hideo Itami against Alexander Wolf. We got Bobby Roode against No Way Jose. Cassie Sono and Lio Rush appear not to be done with their rivalry, and Ember Moon will go up against Ruby Riott in the main event. Let's have a look at the rivalries. Looks like we are locked with Cassie Sono and Lio Rush. Asuka. Asuka, Ember Moon, pardon me, and Velveteen Dream Elias. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Apologies for that.
And what a lineup on this card, starting with a bang. Sit tight for singles action coming up next.
I think it's not going to let me. We might have quit universe mode. I didn't really want to quit universe mode, but yeah, apparently so I'm going to have to do it one by one. Might not let me skip everything because it's a bit glitchy in this sort of section, but oh, it is going to let me. So, here we go. Let's see what happens on NXT. We got Velveteen Dream picking up the victory against Elias. Alexander Wolf gets a shock victory against Hideo Itami. Bobby Roode obviously beating No Way Jose. Lio Rush sneaking a victory. Small slice of revenge for his loss at the pay-per-view. And Asuka still kicking out, pulling out another victory, even though her undefeated streak is over. So we're now heading to Monday Night Raw. Again, we're going to look at the power rankings. Mr. Perfect, Jinder Mahal, Shinsuke Nakamura rocketing in, SmackDown taking over, and nobody on the Raw roster really shining here. Ember Moon keeping that top spot regardless of her defeat to Asuka. Rikishi on the rise even though he wasn't in action. Baron Corbin on the rise as well there. I just want to look at the rivalries there. Rich Swann and Brock Lesnar is growing. Don't see why Rich Swann and Brock Lesnar having a match is going to mean they're growing, but so we've got Alicia Fox getting a shot, and I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Alicia Fox getting her match against the women's champion tonight. We got Bam Bam Bigelow going toe to toe with the Big Show, and that should be an epic matchup. Apollo Crews looking to continue his winning ways against Yushin Thunder Liger, who is yet to get a win on the board. And there's another. I'm going to have to change something because there's two tag team matches, I believe. Ambrose and Rollins against Heath Slater and Rhino might be the match to go. And Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg and Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman are our main events. Because let's face it, those two are both main event caliber matches. So I'm going to have to edit the show. Let me have a look at who I want to bring in for a match. I might have a triple threat match to try and iron out potential number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. I think. Just gonna keep scanning through. Okay. Marga, maybe no. All right, let's do it. Edit the show. Customize the match. We've got a triple threat match coming on. In fact, I need to go to this guy.
The Samoan, the Monster.
Christian. And, Christian Umaga. Actually, yeah, Cedric Alexander. So, we've got the Bar versus the Von Erichs in a tag team match. If the Bar win, guaranteed they rise back to the normal contendership. But if the Von Erichs win, the Bar could slip, and then Von Erichs could make a challenge for the normal contendership. Currently, the Revival are in that spot, but they're not the number one contenders as of yet. So it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. Heath Slater and Rhino were scheduled to compete against the tag team champs, but as I'm not really planning on doing much with Heath Slater and Rhino as a team at the minute, they have been pulled from tonight's match. giving the Shield essentially the night off, and we're going to see a triple threat match to try and help determine the number contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Let's see how Raw turned out. So, the Bar winning, beating the Von Erichs. Sasha Banks obviously picking up her win against Alicia Fox. Bam Bam Bigelow maintaining his momentum, destroying the Big Show. That has got to be a bit of an upset. Jushin Thunder Liger with a bigger upset though, as he beats on a roll Apollo Crews. Cedric Alexander with the biggest upset even still, as he beats, let's have a look who he pins. He pins Umaga. That is ridiculous. And Goldberg pins Brock Lesnar. This is ridiculous. Goldberg pins Brock Lesnar, and Braun Strowman gets another win against Samoa Joe. This is off the hook. This is strange. Intercontinental Championship is no closer to being decided than the number contendership. We have, however, got to have a look at where Cedric is. Cedric is 23. So we're heading on now, guys. We're going to hit SmackDown, and then it's the final show before Money in the Bank. Rikishi. I think that's Greg the Hammer Valentine. We've got John Cena back in action on SmackDown, going up against Aiden English. Tamina gets a one-on-one match against Natalya. Becky Lynch and Naomi going one-on-one. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles going one-on-one. Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura going one-on-one. I'm going to change Tamina versus Natalya to a tag team match, because we need some tag team action going on.
Bushwhacker Luke.
So we've got the Bushwhackers.
Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston.
We've got the Bushwhackers against the New Day. So we're gonna see what happens on SmackDown Live. Boom, no contest, probably by interference of Mr. Perfect there. So that match was thrown out. John Cena beat Aiden English. Xavier Woods pinned the Bushwhackers. Naomi got the win over Becky Lynch. Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura coming up with the goods for SmackDown there. And now we're heading towards NXT. And as I said, Asuka and Ember Moon, the women really holding strong from NXT as we go. Leo Rush and Cassiano kicking us off. We got Alexander Wolf against Roderick Strong. Pete Dunne versus Bobby Roode. Austin Aries against Velveteen Dream, and Ember Moon against Asuka. I quite like these matches, except this one. I'm getting a bit sick of seeing Alexander Wolf, so Alexander Wolf is taking the night off. I'm going to just change the participants on this one, and it's it's gonna be the NXT debut of Danny Burch. This could be epic. Boom! Leo Rush pulling out another big victory. Danny Burch picks up the win over Roderick Strong. Bobby Roode beats Pete Dunne. Austin Aries pulls off the victory against Velveteen Dream, probably with some assistance from Elias. Asuka retains. Well, doesn't even retain because Tyler's not on the line, but she keeps her winning streak going, even though she's no longer undefeated. And now it's time for Money in the Bank. So we got Mr. Perfect, Jinder Mahal, Shinsuke Nakamura, all excelling themselves there. Rikishi on the rise. Is there anybody from Raw that's on the rise? Bam Bam Bigelow. That's it. Right, so if I go to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, what are we seeing? Mr. Perfect, Rikishi, great. Bam Bam Bigelow versus Neville, not really seeing the point in that. Braun Strowman versus Mojo, yep. Extreme Rules, yep. Okay, yep. 6-man ladder match. Roman Reigns, The Rock, The Miz, Stone Cold, Ultimate Warrior, and Bray Wyatt. And then the WWE title match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Jinder Mahal. Okay, so the only match I'm seeing that needs proper changing is that one and the Money in the Bank ladder match. Right, so rivalries, what have we got going on? Neville and yeah, I don't really like the fact that that's been made into a proper rivalry. Okay, so that's gonna have to stay now. So that means just the Money in the Bank ladder match needs changing. So I'm gonna edit it. All of them superstars are from Raw. So we're gonna change the participants. So I think, right, The Rock is definitely one that needs changing, and so Stone Cold. So I would say I need some SmackDown guys.
Eddie
Say
Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. Then I'd say Roman Reigns can be changed as well. But I would say that basically he's going to be changed with a Raw guy. And obviously
Finn Balor.
right, this is going to be a SmackDown guy.
Sami Zayn.
This is
The
Miz is
Miz.
SmackDown guy.
Baron Corbin.
And Bray Wyatt. Yeah, that's cool.
Bray Wyatt.
So that is our Money in the Bank ladder match. So as I said, guys, the format is that I simulate the matches for leading up to the pay-per-view, and then I play the pay-per-view out. Personally, I'm not really feeling playing the whole pay-per-view right now. So as nobody's tuned in, I don't feel the urge to continue playing this game right now. This has been Friday Night Pick and Mix. This has been WWE2k18. Hope you've enjoyed it if you're watching it on replay. Obviously, drop us a like if you enjoyed it, or if you just feel like supporting me and what I'm doing. Drop us a comment, let us know what you thought, let us know if you're liking the idea of simulating the shows but then playing the pay-per-views. Maybe you want me to occasionally play the odd match from, like, pick a match and play it. It's a little bit more challenging to do that, but hey, if people want me to play the odd match, or if people want me to play just Raw or just SmackDown, or maybe play Raw one week, SmackDown the next week, NXT the next week, and rotate it like that, I'm open to suggestions if people want that. Otherwise, I'll be continuing with this format, as it does keep things moving fairly quickly. And then, yeah, I've been Always Mute the Weirdo. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.